everyone, it's Gilly here with a braces update on my braces. I know it's been like 8.5 months since I last updated you, and I'm sorry about that. The last time I posted a video on my braces was back in January. The reason for that was because in January I decided I was going to leave Oklahoma and move to Philadelphia with my cousin, but we weren't moving until March. So the whole month of February I went to Jersey, and then I came here in March. And since I got here, my cousin and I, we got an apartment, so it's not like I was living with someone and didn't have that much of a financial burden. Here I had to get a job, so I ended up at one point working 3 jobs. Now I'm down to 2 jobs, so that's okay, but just getting a few part-time jobs and working and just trying to get situated and settled. And I really hadn't had time to make YouTube videos or anything like that, but I have been doing a few vlogs because I feel like they're not as like serious as these sit-down videos. But enough about that. My teeth are actually coming off in 2 days. Today's Wednesday and they're coming off Friday morning at 9:30 in the morning. I have an appointment to get my braces removed, and I am just so excited. I'm just so excited. Like, I'll randomly out of nowhere just be like, oh, I'm so excited. And like, I was with my cousin the other day, she's like, did you just do that because your braces are coming off? And I'm like, yeah, I just did that randomly because my braces are coming off. Like, I've been on a high since for the last 2 weeks. So when I found out my braces were gonna come off, the specific date when I scheduled when my braces were gonna come off. So they're coming off on Friday, September 22nd, and I am just beyond excited. I was even like, I need to get into the gym. I need to work out. I need to look right. I'm gonna find me a man now that these things are coming off. But joking. Not joking. So a lot has happened since I last updated you on my teeth. I think my last video was just about how much I paid for my braces, and I still had random gaps everywhere. So I basically broke it down month to month from when you last saw my teeth. So let's say back in January, the gaps were still closing, but I still had many gaps. And I was still wearing rubber bands on both sides. And I think in January was when I started to only need to wear a rubber band on one side, which is my right side, because my bottom teeth still needed to shift this way a little bit. And to this day, I still have to wear this rubber band on my right side. In February, my bottom teeth were still super sideways and just crooked, and like the bottom 2 teeth just don't align with the top 2 teeth. But in like February, March, I did notice that my bottom teeth were getting really straight. They just weren't really aligned. So then in April, nothing really happened, but May 1st, in that appointment, my orthodontist noticed that my top teeth were kind of like going in, and I noticed it also. I'll show some pictures, I'm sure I have, of that. My top teeth were kind of like getting sucked in. Like, I don't know how to describe it. They were like going like this, which is kind of weird to describe. But so May 1st, I started to have to wear this wire, which was very noticeable. It was so noticeable. I was like, what? Like, why? I don't want to wear this. But once he told me the reason was because my top teeth were going in and it was to bring them back out, I was like, do what you gotta do, because that is not a cute look. I've seen other people that have had braces and their teeth do look like they're like sunken in. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just not cute. So I was like, fine, I'll show a picture of it. And he just basically took a wire, like one of the wires that goes along the brackets, and just kind of, he literally sat there and just folded it into like weird M's and tucked it in to where, like, in between the brackets, and then I had to wear that underneath the power chains. And then he like, you know, he like made it stick. He like tied a little bit of like wire to make sure that it didn't go anywhere, and it didn't move. It never came off, but it really made it even more annoying to have to floss, but it was fine. But that same trip on May 1st, he's told me I didn't have to wear power chains in the bottom anymore, even though I'm wearing them again. He told me I didn't have to wear power chains on the bottom anymore, so he took the power chains off of the bottom because the bottom teeth were straight. All the gaps had closed. They were just kind of like shifted somewhat, but they were straight. And so then in June, everything was fine, and I was keeping my monthly appointments because, especially living in Philly opposed to living in Oklahoma, I would skip a month here and there, and I would go every 2 months. But I think I only did that once or twice. I mostly still went once a month, even while in Oklahoma, because I would fly to Jersey, stay in Jersey for a month, like see the orthodontist as soon as I got there, and then see the orthodontist right before I left, kind of thing. And then I would skip a month here and there. But being in Philly, I've not skipped a month because it's only a 2-hour drive. So I just drive to Jersey, whatever job I have, I don't care. My braces are my first priority. So I would ahead of time, like a month ahead of time, request I need a specific day off, or make sure I schedule it on a day that I'm like usually off of work or something, because missing appointments is the worst thing you can do. I feel like I had my braces on for 20 months, but my sister's friend has had hers for like over 2 years, almost 3 years. And it's like, if you're consistent, like if you keep up your appointments, then, you know, you don't prolong the process, because the last thing you want to do is prolong the process. So then in July, I started noticing that a gap was reopening, and I think my bottom left, I'll find a picture. Yeah, in the back left here, a gap was reopening. So I was like, that's not cute. Okay, so come July was the 18th month. Since day one, I anticipated that I would have my braces on for 18 months, because that's the estimate he gave me when I first got my braces in January 2016. So to me, July was just what I've been waiting for since forever. Plus, I had to go to a wedding July 15th, and I went to the orthodontist July 14th, and I was like, oh my god, I wish my braces would be coming off today, but I kind of knew it wasn't gonna happen because we hadn't scheduled for a coming off appointment or whatever. Like, he hadn't really discussed it. I had asked them when they put the big wire thing back in May, and I was like, how long do I have to wear this thing? And she's like, oh, when the tech that was switching the wires, she's like, how long do you still have? And I was like, well, I'm hoping my braces come off in July. And she's like, well, you're still gonna definitely be wearing the wire for at least 3 months. And I did. So in July's appointment, he was like, okay, he asked me, it's 18 months, are you 100% happy with your teeth? And I was like, no, because at this point a gap had reopened. Since I had not been wearing the power chains for the last couple of months, a gap had reopened, and my bottom 2 middle teeth were still not aligned with my top teeth. Like, my right bottom middle tooth, it was still like all the way over, like in between the top right and top left teeth. I don't know. Plus, I still had a big gap in the back where my crown is. And I was like, okay, he was like, well, I don't want to take your braces off unless you're 100% happy. He's like, we could either do it and you not be 100% happy, which will make me really sad. I was like, oh, you're so cute for saying that. Or we can wait 3 more months and we can take your braces off in October. And at the time, I decided, I already made it this far. I already made it 18 months. I might as well wait another 3 months for me to be 100% happy, because I really wasn't. So that appointment, he did take off that big M&M thing, like the like that big wire M thing, which was really good, because then, you know, I felt like that big wire thing was just so noticeable and it was annoying to floss. And then he re-put the power chains in the bottom to close the gap, and by August, within a month, that gap was already re-closed again. Oh no, wait, in July he didn't take off that big M&M thing. It was, I had a wedding in August 15th and I went to the orthodontist August 14th. And obviously I still had my braces. In August was when he took off that big M&M thing, right before I went to the wedding the next day, which was awesome, to the Dominican Republic, because I had to go with my family and everything. And by then that bottom gap had reclosed, so that was August. So then this last appointment in September, when I went, September 9th, it was a Saturday, I went for an adjustment, and I remember asking him, like, I was gonna ask him, are we still on for next month? Because at this point I felt like my teeth were as perfect as they were gonna be. Oh, also back in July, he filed this top right tooth and he made it straighter, but he didn't want to do the left one because he said it would have made my tooth shorter than the other one. So either he would have had to file both even more, or I just left whatever weirdness, like just like a little bit of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it has a loop in there, and the other one did too. And I was like, I'll just leave it like this for now. And he's like, oh, well, think about it later on. If you want me to file them both down, let me know. And I decided I'm just gonna leave it like this, because I don't want my teeth to be even shorter, because I feel like I already kind of have a gummy smile. Like like when I smile sometimes, it's like all you see is those gums. The last thing I need to do is to have shorter teeth and have an even gummier smile. Like, no thank you. So I'm just gonna leave them like this. It's fine. It's just one tooth that's like a little squiggly and the other one is like straight, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. So when I went in September, I was like, okay, this is the best my teeth are gonna get. I feel a lot hasn't happened in the last 2 months. It's like, I'm not gonna keep waiting and waiting and waiting for my teeth to be perfect. I still have a lot of things that aren't perfect with my teeth, but I think everything I wanted to accomplish from having braces, which is having my bottom teeth straightened out, is accomplished. Because that's the main reason I got braces in the first place, was because my bottom teeth were crooked. At the time, I didn't even care or realize that my top tooth was a bit snaggly and any other issues that I had. Then I had the extractions, which took about 10 months to close, which took forever. And for a while, my teeth were just really weird and just squiggly and like sideways. I remember back in like March, April, my teeth were just like weird. Like they were just like shifted, like everything in my mouth was just out of whack. And at some point between August and September, I realized, you know what, this is the best my teeth are gonna get, and I like them this way. So I'm just gonna leave them like this. But when I walked in September, I didn't even have to say anything. He was just like, you know what, I think your teeth are perfect. There is nothing else I need to do to your teeth. So he's like, let's just change the power bands, and he's like, and make an appointment for next month to have your braces removed. And I was like, oh my God. So he was feeling what I was feeling, which was like, you know what, this is the best it's gonna get, and I am really happy with the result. It's fine, let's get them removed. And the things that I feel that I wish were still perfect was, I wish my bottom teeth were still perfectly aligned with my top, which they're not. So sometimes to sleep I'll wear double bands. Don't tell my orthodontist, because I don't think I'm supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure well, I know I'm not supposed to do that, because I think I mentioned it to a tech one time, and she's like, no, you can't do that, because it'll move your teeth too quickly and it'll send everything out of whack, whatever. But to sleep sometimes I put like 2 bands. And this gap, I'm still gonna have it, I feel, because he never put a bracket on my crown, because he said it wasn't gonna really adhere that well. So I was like, that's fine. I mean, you can see it, but you can't really see it. And then on my right side, my top teeth, I'd never noticed if the braces caused this or if it was like this before the braces. But I realized it about maybe a year ago, and I already had braces on for a while when I realized it. Maybe like a year after I had the braces on. Only because of the flossing, it's like my teeth really are like sunken in up here, and then the back one is like so crooked. It's just like really crooked. But it's like that tooth has been weird since the beginning, and it's just never gonna change. So these things I've accepted, because my bottom teeth are really straight. I feel like my top teeth are really straight. I feel like I got the result that I wanted. But could I wait another 3 months and maybe they'll be more perfect? I don't know. But I feel like I'm done. Like I'm so done with these braces. So happy to be getting them off. And there's nothing else that, like, nothing significant that needs to change. I don't have any gaps. My bottom teeth are no longer crooked. Even though my top and bottom middle teeth are imperfectly aligned, I feel like it's good enough at this point that I'm just like, whatever. So I'm going in 2 days on Friday to get my braces removed. I'm gonna try to bring my camera with me to see how much of it I can film, and I'll probably do a separate video because I talked enough in this video. So I'm pretty sure this video is already gonna be long enough, so I don't think you need me talking for much longer. So I'll probably do a separate video for that. I'll try to record as much of it as they allow me to. So originally I had scheduled an appointment to go back October 2nd because the young lady in the front desk scheduled me before I saw him. But then once he said, nope, schedule her to remove her braces, they had to switch the appointment to a 9:30 in the morning, which is the earliest, that's the first appointment of the day. He said, because they have to take an impression of my teeth that day to make the retainers, but I have to stick around, like I can't go back to Philly and back, so that I could pick up my braces, she said, around 3-4 in the afternoon. Because she said even within 24 hours, your teeth will start shifting and will start moving. And I'm like, and I can attest to that just by them removing the power chains. It's like as soon as they removed the power chains from my bottom teeth, right away, that gap opened up, and it was like, what? So in the bottom I'm gonna have a permanent retainer, he said, and in the top is gonna be a regular retainer that I just have to sleep with for 8 hours. And if I forget to sleep with it, then I need to at least wear it for 8 hours throughout the day. And I only know this because while I was waiting on Saturday, a little girl had just had her braces removed, and the dental assistant was explaining all that to her. So, but I mean, I'll see if the situation is the same for me. I'll fill you guys in on the next video for all of that. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe so that you can see how much I get to film, or if I get to show my braces actually being removed. And from now on I'm doing more vlogging type videos. I kind of really just wanted to do this video, even though I know I hadn't done a braces video in the last 8.5 months. I really wanted to do this video because I wanted to kind of have a closure to like my braces, what's that called, to my braces journey on my channel. Because after that, you know, I don't see, once my braces are removed, I don't see why there will be a need to keep talking about my braces, but maybe there will be. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye. Precious, say bye. Thanks for not barking this whole time. Okay, bye. She's like, Ma, I was sleeping. Sorry. Bye. Also, I meant to say that I did buy this whitening kit. I forgot the name of it, White Smile or something like that, a while ago, like literally I think back in like April or May. And I ordered it just for as soon as my braces came off, I could whiten my teeth, because I still drink coffee every day. I drink red wine all the time, and it's like my teeth need it. Like, I need a whitening. So I'll do a review video on that just to see if it really does work, because my teeth need to get whitened. Like, they're just so yellow. So yellow. That's it. All right.